Well, best-selling British author Katherine Rundell's beloved and best-selling book, Impossible Creatures, has released the follow-up to that book with the second in the series called The Poisoned King. It looks at the main character, Christopher Forster, on a wild and wicked rescue mission in the land of dragons. So joining us live now is the author herself, Katherine Rundell. Welcome to Toronto and welcome to CP24 Breakfast, Katherine.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a delight.
Yeah, it's so incredible that you wrote the first book last year and it was a wild hit. Won a lot of awards, or was named one of the best books for the Waterstones Book of the Year for 2023. So that's a huge accomplishment. And this is the follow-up to it. So take us to the world of your imagination for this one.
So it's set in a world called the Glemoria Archipelago, where every single creature of myth that mankind has ever invented is real. So like dragons and unicorns, but also the ones we wrote in like 12th century Persian manuscripts, like the gold-horned hare called the Almiraj. And into that world, we have a boy from our world, Christopher, and a princess called Anya, Princess of Dusha, and murder has been done. And it is her job to find truth and justice and perhaps revenge.
Wow, yes, I love that the opening kind of teases that what's in her heart is filled with all these powerful things, including revenge. I have to ask you, Katherine, I mean, we were just talking about, you have a stepchild, but you also have nieces and nephews who you dedicated this book to. Where did this expansive, childlike imagination come from for you? Were you always like this as a young girl, or? I
always wanted to be a writer. It always seemed to me, C.S. Lewis says, when you read, you are 1,000 lives. You transcend yourself and are never more yourself. And it seemed to me that the chance to write down stories for children especially, who are so urgently important as readers, felt like such an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, absolutely. And these days when children, their attention span is being competed for more than ever with social media and TikTok. How do you see the world of imagination? I mean, you called adventure kind of this world of wild possibility. How do you see that as being kind of the antithesis to the brain rot these days?
It does seem to me that books are the place that we have laid down, our finest jokes, our boldest ideas for thousands of years. And so it is so urgently important to get kids into that world of books. So I do things like short chapters, cliffhangers, a lot of jokes, descriptions of food to try to lure them into the world.
Okay, I got to ask you, have you ever received a really wildly entertaining letter from a young reader that's a fan of your work, and can you share some of that?
There's a death in the first book of a beloved creature, and I got a wonderful letter from a kid with a beautiful picture of myself, and underneath it she'd just written, "Murderer."
I love that. And that is so British humor, too, to be like, here's a beautiful picture, and I'm going to juxtaposition with the perfect caption. That is wild, Katherine. So I understand you're going to be at Yorkdale Mall, my favorite mall in the city. I'm there a lot, at the Indigo bookstore. Are you doing a reading there? What are you doing there?
So I'll be doing a reading, a little bit of Q&A, and also answering questions from any of the young people in the audience who want to come.
My gosh.
I'm looking forward to it so hugely.
It's a perfect day because it's a PA day for many students in the TDSB. My kids are on a break today, so that's a great opportunity. Is there going to be a third book in this? How many books will this Impossible Creature series have?
So at least 5.
Wow!
So this will be, at least another 5-10 years of my life. It has been the most thrilling creative experience of my life to create the archipelago.
Yeah, I mean, it's being likened to, the next Harry Potter novels, and a lot of people are crediting your just amazing imagination and creativity. And you don't just speak to young people, young readers. A lot of adults are kind of resonating with your work as well. You've written 2 adult novels, 6 children's novels. So how do you find that balance? I mean, when you are you writing from the perspective of a young reader? Like, where is that narration coming from?
It's a great question. So certainly the narration is a sort of third-person narration, like someone who knows everything, the omniscient third person. But I do write with the idea that this should be read both by kids, so you give kids what they need, a sense of autonomy, thrill, adventure, pace, wit. But also I want them to be books that could be read by adults. So I also want them to address the things that matter to us as adults, like, love, endurance, justice, and a sense of like looking deep into the core of the human heart.
Right. the soul, the essence. Oh my gosh, I love it. Katherine Rundell, thank you so much. It's been such a joy meeting you and chatting with you. Congratulations on The Poisoned King. I can't wait to read all these books with my children, because I think I'm going to enjoy the ride just as much. Thank you so much for coming by, and welcome to our city again.